Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining this WakeTech plus local partnerships equals job search success presentation. So what does this mean? WakeTech has some community partners, and in some cases, those community partners are part of classes that are offered. And I'm going to be sharing information today about one of those particular partnerships that is established to take advantage of the resources of a local community partner that can assist folks who are looking for jobs or who need some kind of tools or resources to help them in that job search. I'm your presenter today. I'm Jana McCausland. I am an adjunct faculty member at WakeTech. I'm in the HRD department, and I've been here for about 7 years. I teach classes mainly related to resume writing or interview skills, or a class that incorporates those in them. I'm also involved in 2 partnerships with 2 outside organizations, and I'm going to be talking to you today about one of those particular partnerships and how it's serving thousands of women in the Triangle today. And so before we begin, I have a couple of things to ask and share. First of all, reminding you again that this session is being recorded, and that if you're on this presentation, you are muted and will be muted until the question and answer piece at the end. So I'd ask that you either hold your questions until the end, or you type them in the chat box if you don't want to forget them, and I will check and try to answer some of those as we go along. Or definitely there is going to be a Q&A session at the end where you'll have opportunity to answer those questions. So we're going to be using Microsoft Teams for this presentation. As you can tell, we are in that now. And there are a couple of things, if you've never used Teams before, that are going to be important for you in order to be able to use this session to the best of the ability in the technology that we have. So first of all, if you look at probably at the top of your screen, you'll see some icons, and the first icon that you see looks like some people, and that tells you who's in this presentation. To the right of it is the icon for the chat, which looks like the icon that you see in the reminder section. There is a hand next to that, and during the Q&A session, if you're not typing in the chat, you can raise your hand and I can see who has a question at that time. There is also an icon for turning on or off your video and microphone, which would be off at this point. The final button is at the very right, which says leave, and once we are through with this session, then you can go ahead and leave in that way. So if you're in this presentation, it's probably because you are job searching. And so these statements may look very familiar to you. And unfortunately, they're true. Probably one of the reasons why job searching is like getting a root canal, buying a car on steroids. It's not a comfortable experience for most people. And there are frustrations and there are challenges, and having someone's help along the way is a good thing. And so in order to make that process, that procedure, that stressful time a little less stressful, we're at our best if we can have a toolkit that we can take along on that search. And so what are some of the things we would want to have in that toolkit? We would want to have a resume that's exciting, that captures the interest of someone who's reading it. A resume that shows that we are the perfect candidate for whatever job that employer wants to fill. Also in the toolkit should be an elevator speech, a quick 15-second introduction that tells someone who you are, what you can do, and why you would be perfect for that job. and leaves a listener wanting to hear more and know more and get to know you more. In the toolkit should be stories that you tell about how you took your skills and applied them in work situations in the past or how you're applying them today. It's a specific format. Employers use it regularly in interviewing, and knowing how to have those stories be relevant, be perfect for the job, and be something that you can pull up no matter what the question is that you're asked is helpful. And finally, a relevant network. Others that you can lean on, that can help you, that can give you leads, that can look over things for you, that can share advice, share tips. How can that person help further your job search goals? So having a toolkit is great, but how do you get it? I'm going to talk about one way that you can get that toolkit, and that's with one of the local partnerships. And it's where WakeTech is partnering with Dress for Success in order to share information across agencies and organizations. And so why Dress for Success is a great partner is because they have as their mission something that is closely aligned with the goals of classes at WakeTech, especially WakeTech in the HRD department. And so the mission of Dress for Success speaks to helping unemployed and underemployed women gain financial independence. And they do that through tools that they have, toolkit tools, through resources they have, through a support network. And being part of that partnership opens those doors to you. In particular, Dress for Success has a class that's called Going Places Network that is their WakeTech partnership. It is a 9-session class. It's offered 2 days a week currently, and it explores everything that you should have in your job search toolkit. It is open to all women who are unemployed or underemployed, women who are seeking a new job, seeking to change jobs, or just seeking that next position up the ladder in the current field they are in. And so if you're in this session and you're not a woman or you're not unemployed or underemployed, I'm guessing you probably know one who is. And so I would urge you to stay and listen to the rest of this, because while it might not be advice that pertains to you today at this minute, it's probably advice or tips or a link that you can give to somebody else that you know. Right now, this class is meeting virtually versus Microsoft Teams and Moodle. Part of the class is live and part of the class is work on your own. And when I say meeting currently, I mean right now, until the end of November. It will be offered again in the future, and you'll find out more about that. So what does this class look like? It has several components. First of all, there's a part of each class that is time for class members to share information about themselves, information about their job search, information about interviews they've had, success they've had, jobs they've gotten. It also has a part that allows for speakers to come in from various industries and talk about a topic of that day, talk about how they relate to that topic, how it applies to them, and how it can apply to others in the class. There are presentations that give more information about the class topic or how someone who is in the class can further the knowledge that they got that day on their own through resources, through other links. There are updates that come from Dress for Success as well as class members on trends and expectations in the job market. Right now, the biggest information that's coming is how are we coping in what has become a virtual world? How has that changed interviewing? How has that changed job searching? How has that changed how actually you might be supporting yourself when your business or your organization or your job is on hold, at least temporarily? There's a portion of the class which allows for small group breakout with a mentor to, again, talk about the topic of the day, to practice some of the skills that were introduced, to develop some of those tools on the spot. And finally, opportunities for mock interviews with real hiring managers at real companies. An opportunity to be in a situation that is comfortable with partners who care about the organization, care about furthering the goals of unemployed and underemployed women, and are willing to give advice and give feedback like you wouldn't get if you were on a real interview. These are some of the topics that are covered, and as you can see, there were those toolkit topics: the resume, the elevator speech, the interview questions, and the networking. But also, we talk about job targets. Do you know where you're going? Because if you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you get there? There's an opportunity to look at what skills you have that might be from a different industry, but can be applied to a new career, a new field, a new job. There's the opportunity to learn more about your strengths. One of the great partnering with an organization is that organization also has partners, and those partners have resources. And so you can get the resources of a partner, and StrengthsFinder is one of those. What are the areas in which you excel, where you can get your examples for your stories, where you can put on a resume what it is that you do particularly well? And finally, there's the opportunity to interact with a career panel, industry experts who can talk about those things that may still be out there. What about this on my resume? Or I've done this before in interviewing. Is that a good idea? And just having the ability to bounce ideas off of another person is always valuable. And because we are partnering with an organization at WakeTech, students who are in this partner class also get the benefits of that organization itself. And so the Going Places Network class does have a very high employment success rate. In fact, of the couple of thousand women who have gone through Going Places Network in the last 8 years, more than 70% have gotten jobs or gone back to school within 3 to 6 months of taking the class. We do, in this partnership, have the ability to create a new network with other women who are taking the class, a new network with coaches who volunteer at Dress for Success, a new network of the mock interviewers who often encourage the people with whom they interview to keep in touch, to let them know how their job search is going. There are other resources available from the community partners. I mentioned StrengthsFinder, which comes with a book provided by one of the local companies that partners with Dress for Success. There are also other kind of materials and information and knowledge about programs outside of the partner organization that come through the Going Places Network class. If you are part of the class and you are associated with Dress for Success, you can be their client. And when you're a client at Dress for Success, you're a client for life. You can always come back to them for the services and the opportunities that they offer. And one of those opportunities is the clothing opportunity. Everyone who's a client of Dress for Success can get an interview outfit and can come back once they're employed and get employment suiting 5 days of mix and match clothing for the kind of job that you're going to get, whether it's scrubs for a medical job, for an office, or something in between, maybe part of a uniform that a company's not providing. There's also, as a Dress for Success client, the opportunity for unlimited one-to-one career coaching, again, for life. Maybe you get a job and then a few years later, you're looking again. You can always come back. You're always part of the Dress for Success family. And the unlimited one-to-one career coaching can be on those items in the toolkit, or it can be something else. You also will get information regularly about events and other activities that the partner organization offers. For example, Dress for Success has job fairs. It has every Wednesday seminars that are related to the employment process, and you're invited to those and welcome to attend. Also, you would have access to or leads from companies or organizations that are offering special employment or applications or opportunities that might be new that others don't know about. And maybe you're given priority because Dress for Success clients are part of a group that has that opportunity ahead of some others. So if this all sounds like something that you might be interested in, then how do you sign up? The link to the sign up is going to be in the chat. If you go now, you'll be directed to sign up to be on a list to get notified when the class is going to be offered again. It's going to be offered 7 times in 2021. The first time begins on January 19th. It's 5 weeks, 9 sessions. Each session starts about 7 weeks after the one before it. So at this point, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I am going to take any questions that might have come up. So I will ask if there's anything that you would like to know about Dress for Success, anything more I can tell you about it. I will tell you that it is one of my all-time favorite activities. One of the greatest things about being part of WakeTech and being part of this partnership is the wonderful women who I meet in the class, the wonderful women who help with the mentoring, the employees of Dress for Success. It is just the most welcoming organization that you would find. And sometimes people will ask things like, I don't have really great computer skills. Can I take this class? And the answer is yes, absolutely you can. Because while this class does not teach computer skills, it will share the kinds of computer skills that are important for you to have and where you can go to get those skills, whether they are from another WakeTech class or something that you can learn on your own in an online learning environment. So we have a couple of other questions. One of them is, what if I get a job before the course ends? Actually, we hope you do. In fact, often what we'll say on the very first day in class is that our goal is to be talking to ourselves on the last day, that everyone in the class would get a job. And so if you get a job, that's okay. If you can work around the job and continue to take the class, great, because you know what? You can never have too many tools in your toolkit. But if your job interferes, then we welcome you to leave us and join your new job family. Another question, can a WakeTech alum participate or through the class that gets the benefits? So a couple of things. If you are not part of this class, you can still be a client of Dress for Success. You can be referred. WakeTech is a referral partner, and so someone from WakeTech can refer you, or you can self-refer by calling or emailing the Dress for Success boutique. You can go on the website and look for Dress for Success trianglenc.org, and our moderator can put that address in the chat. And then you can get all of the partner benefits. To get the class and partner benefits, you would need to be in the class, and you can do that even if you've taken the class before and you want to take it again. Maybe you want to take it again because you love that mock interview feature. It can't be beat. You're welcome to do that. And you do qualify for that fee waiver if you're unemployed or underemployed. So know that this is a class that has the opportunity for all of those benefits and fee waived too. So sometimes people want to know if, because we're virtual, can they attend through their phone or their mobile device? Yes, you can. Like many programs, optimally, if you can use a PC, that's the best, because some features are just a little less reliable if you're on your phone or your mobile device. But we've had people on tablets, we've had people on phones before who have had access to audio and video. And if I know, and I am the teacher of that class, and I know that you're having difficulty, I can send all of the materials ahead so that you have access to those and you don't really need the video on the day of the class. You'll need the audio, and really you have that. It's the video that's an issue when you're on a mobile device. So do we have any other questions?
We do have another minute or so if anybody has any other questions concerning or any questions for Janet.
So since we have another minute, then I might have the opportunity to tell you a little bit more about the class and the people who are in it. We have seen a broad range of people who are in this class, people who have been out of the workforce for several years and want to get back in, people who have been in one field and want to change to something that is completely different and just don't have any idea how to get there. People who are brand new, just out of college and really not sure how they get their foot in that first door. And people who have had a career that have maybe has spanned 25 years, have retired and are just looking for something else, maybe something part-time, and want to know how they can get there and want a partner to help them along the way. As I mentioned before, it's a wonderful class. I love it. I love everyone who I've come into contact through it. And what I would love is to see you there on January 19th.
Thank you, Janet. Faith, do you have any other questions?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I wish I'd known this organization existed before, but I'm glad it's there now. Is there like an age limit, maybe?
No.
No.
You may see me.
We would love to see you, Faith.
Thank you.
Okay, well then we are ready to end this session, and I will stop recording. Thank you